them, they dismembered them. They cut up their intestines, and they took the feces out, and they ate it. There's a 16-year-old girl. She had some diary entries written in code about her experiences being and impregnated by Epstein. They forced her to carry that baby to term, and they let her keep the baby for a few minutes. Then they came in, took the baby away, ripped it away from this, and they did who knows what.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
Me! I must appease him with the gift of a man. Come to me! I must lead you to the room of wish. No, take him! No! Take them! Don't hit me! I'm sure that will be fine.
More emails about torture, and these coded conversations still have a very clear topic that torture was big. It was a big driver for them, and these were sick people doing very, very sick things.
Why did Jeffrey Epstein purchase 330 gallons of sulfuric acid in 2018? Well, he damn well wasn't cleaning his pool. Sulfuric acid is a highly corrosive chemical that can be used to melt bone and destroy biological evidence.
So Mel Gibson was right all along. There are old clips and tweets floating all over the internet of celebrities like Chrissy Teigen and Jimmy Fallon making strange jokes and comments that people now look at sideways. At the time, most people laughed it off. But today, those same clips are being replayed with a whole different energy. The industry pushed this idea that truth tellers like Mel Gibson were unstable or problematic, while the real questions were never answered. And now some people are asking, were we cheering for the wrong side this whole time? Now things just got even more intense. Terrence Howard, who has known Mel for years, is reportedly warning him to stay alert and protect himself. Word is, powerful forces are not happy with what's being said. They already tried to shut Mel out of Hollywood once, but he survived that storm. And now, with renewed public interest in past investigations connected to Jeffrey Epstein, the pressure is building again.
Most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
And when it comes to rumors about secret rituals and strange elite behavior in Hollywood, that talk has been circulating for decades. Mel has openly questioned those systems for years. Back in 2018, he even helped support the film Sound of Freedom, a project centered on exposing criminal trafficking networks tied to powerful circles. That move alone had people talking loudly.
Insane thinking, I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff.
The movie is set in Honduras, where a struggling father named Roberto Aguilar is approached by a former beauty queen named Giselle. She promises him quick money if his children, Miguel and Rocio, take part in a modeling photo shoot. For a family living in poverty, that sounds like a blessing, right? He says yes because they need the cash, but instead of opportunity, it turns into a nightmare. The kids are taken and pulled into trafficking schemes disguised as modeling contracts. That setup alone hits hard. The film shows how these operations are not random. It paints a picture of organized networks stretching across different countries, all working quietly in the shadows. That is what made the story feel bigger than just one family. It suggested something global, something coordinated.
I was in my mid-20s the first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand. Right. And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town. Surely that couldn't be because, and then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time, and you think, it does rip your life to pieces.
Does it?
If you'll let it.
Yeah.
These little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head with a battering ram trying to like walls in.
Yeah.
but it doesn't take very long. It's cascading on you all the time. You can't get away from certain attitudes, from certain modes of behavior that this town and the industry dictate. No matter how strong you are, no matter how strong you are going to be affected by this place. And I think it takes that kind of cockroach resilience. You can't get mad. You can't get mad. You can't let it get you, because you have to make a deal with everyone else, and it's almost unspoken that you are going to be f***ed over at some point.
I mean, as a matter of interest, do you think it's easier because you're an outsider who came in?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it was glaring to me, because I was an outsider who came in.
The movie performed strongly at the box office, but according to Mel Gibson, the motivation was never about profit. He has said he supported the project because he has seen victims of trafficking in the entertainment world and wanted more people to recognize the warning signs. He reportedly stepped in with financial backing because many studios avoided the subject. Even after public attention around figures like Jeffrey Epstein brought renewed focus to elite misconduct, some viewers still missed the larger message the film was pushing, and that gap in awareness, that is what keeps this conversation alive. Mel tried to warn people through his work, and now some are pointing back to those messages with fresh eyes. When court records connected to Jeffrey Epstein became public, they revealed disturbing financial purchases, including large amounts of chemicals that investigators questioned. The timing of certain transactions raised eyebrows because they reportedly happened close to the opening of serious legal cases against him. That fueled speculation online about possible attempts to hide evidence. People immediately started whispering about cover-ups and secret cleanups.
When you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Now, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right. But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So,
inside released documents, there were also emails that many readers described as deeply disturbing and inappropriate. The language shocked people and pushed even more debate about what powerful figures were really involved in behind-the-scenes misconduct. It added gasoline to an already explosive situation, and the internet ran wild with theories. Now shifting to the controversy around Chrissy Teigen, old tweets resurfaced where she made extremely inappropriate jokes involving minors. At the time, some brushed it off as dark humor, but others felt the comments crossed a serious line. One tweet referenced seeing girls do the splits, followed by a remark about wanting to put myself in jail, using a hashtag connected to a child pageant show. Another post compared something to a trashy adult performer. Back then, many assumed phrases like pizza were harmless slang, but later internet conspiracies tried to give those words hidden meanings. Whether coincidence or coded talk, that debate exploded fast and has not fully faded. At first, people thought pizza just meant the regular slice you grab from a place like Domino's Pizza. Nothing deep, nothing coded. But online forums started pushing a different idea. Even before the Jeffrey Epstein files gained public attention, conspiracy circles were already claiming that certain words in Hollywood had hidden meanings tied to trafficking. That is where the term Pizzagate exploded during the 2016 election cycle. The so-called Pizzagate theory suggested that powerful elites were secretly part of disturbing underground groups mistreating children. It became one of the biggest viral conspiracies tied to the political climate around Hillary Clinton. She publicly denied the claims and dismissed them as false, and media outlets labeled the entire story as baseless. But years later, with renewed attention on elite misconduct scandals, some corners of the internet started revisiting those old threads and claiming there was more to it than people admitted at the time. Then an old clip of Mel Gibson resurfaced, where he appeared to speak about secretive groups operating within powerful circles. The video spread fast and shocked viewers who were not expecting him to go that far. Supporters say he was exposing uncomfortable truths. Critics say he was amplifying speculation. Now there is talk that he has been keeping a low profile because of the backlash. Whether that is caution or coincidence, the drama around his name is heating up again.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to f you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman.
And guess who is also telling him to stay alert? Terrence Howard. A lot of people do not realize how close Terrence and Mel Gibson actually are. Terrence has publicly said that Mel was one of the few people who stood by him during hard times and helped him rebuild his life. He has even credited Mel for helping him find redemption when others in Hollywood stepped away. That kind of loyalty runs deep, so when Terrence speaks up, people pay attention. But it does not stop there. Terrence has also made bold claims about how the industry treats certain actors, especially black men. In interviews, he suggested that Hollywood often tries to weaken strong male images and reshape them into something more marketable. He argued that some performers feel pressured into uncomfortable roles or situations just to keep their careers moving. According to him, there is an agenda that reduces masculinity and limits how powerful black male characters are portrayed on screen. During his appearance on Revolt TV while promoting his film The System, Terrence claimed that Hollywood views strong black men as threats and tries to soften that image. He said the pattern allows white actors to play dominant roles while black actors are often pushed into roles that strip away their strength. Those comments stirred serious debate and had social media lit up with arguments on both sides. He continued by saying, I don't want to remove a few chromosomes to fit in someone's story, so I feel they need to expand their stories to allow men to be men and simultaneously appreciate a woman's beauty. That line alone had social media buzzing. Supporters said he was standing on his principles, while critics argued he was oversimplifying a complicated industry. Either way, it sparked a loud reaction online. One commenter wrote, Mel's career didn't die. He just chose not to work in the demon-manipulated industry. Another added, funny how South Park made fun of Mel Gibson making him look unstable, when it was really the producers that were the problem. Those opinions show just how divided people are on this whole situation. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Mel was targeted for speaking out, or do you think the backlash came from other choices he made? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown interesting, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to see it. And click here to check out the next messy deep dive. You do not want to miss it.